Töviskert, kísértés, örök, érzete, lidércharang is the sophomore full-length album from ROTHADÁS, if you will. This is a death doom metal band out of Szeged, Hungary, and they formed between folks who are better known for their work in Cryptworm, black metal bands like Ahriman and Faghamu, and together they've collaborated on a ton of different groups, like death thrash metal band Morbid Carnage, Tyrant Goat Galdracona, and death metal band Coffinborn. This is a different niche they've approached, and it is heavily influenced by bolt thrower Amorphis and Abhorrence in their early days, and their sound manifests as something similar to something like Crypts, Ataraxy, or Mortiferum today. Now, this is just a very high standard of death metal from my point of view. It's something we can cut right quick to and just get into a clip and hit you with a riff and see how it sticks. So the band's debut, Kopar Hant Azalvilag Bele, was one of my favorite records of 2021. It was up there on number 11 in my top 75 of that year, and it was just the highest standard of that kind of death doom I'd heard all year. Nothing could have dethroned that other than an actual new Crypts record, which I would love to get at some point. But for now, this band really it did more than fill that void. It kind of found a different voice for that sort of creeping death doom that still has an extra level of atmospheric dread to it as it moves in unexpected direction. It wasn't necessarily a secrecy record or whatnot, but you will find that there is a lot of bolt thrower influence on this second full-length album, which moves away from the longer doom-oriented pieces and now cinches up just a little bit to the point where they're just a barreling mid-paced death metal band for the most part on this record. There are death doom songs on here, but they keep it about 45 minutes long. The expression of this record is, I think, still comparable to something like Remnants of Expansion era, but not an exact copy of it. They're moving away from that a little bit and focusing on bigger grooves, bigger riffs, and just this huge sound that is still imposing and even bigger than it was before. They've tweaked it just a little bit to be more ready to go, ringing with its arpeggiation and building atmosphere. There's something different about this record. There's something very familiar about this record that still makes it feel like it is iteration, but on a great thing. There aren't a ton of surprising things about this record that had me going, oh, holy shit, this is something new from this band I like. It was more that I was coming back to this band I like a lot, and they're still writing great death metal songs with huge riffs, a lot of classic death metal influence, and just a sound that is enormous for this day and age. And so that really stood out to me. For me, that's a simple explanation for a very high recommendation. I think you can go and read my review and get a lot more detail out of me in terms of what I liked here and what I didn't. But it's all very positive. I think this is a fantastic record. It's one of the best of March easily. You can check it out tomorrow on March 21st. Go ahead and check that out yourself. And again, read the review for more of my thoughts.